I'm Mary Curran, and I direct the Office of Local Global Partnerships at the Graduate School of Education. I'm also a faculty member in language education. When I arrived at Rutgers, I knew that I was going to have to take my time to get to know the community. I met with people, listened to people, worked with colleagues at Rutgers who could help me understand the community, listened to community members who told me about their interests and needs and strengths and challenges. I think that it's hard sometimes to be patient to do this kind of work, to build the relationships and to learn from each other, but it's definitely the way to do it. I think sometimes what happens is people propose projects without doing that sort of deep background investigation first, or they propose projects that might have benefit to them, but they're not thinking about both sides of the project. And I know that when I arrived at the university, there was some resentment at that time from the community about the way that faculty perhaps would go in and think that they're resolving problems, or there was a grant opportunity and they decided that they were going to go for this opportunity without really beginning from the point of having a relationship or from listening to the community so that projects and activities could be designed with kind of a mutually beneficial perspective. Well, we hear how New Brunswick is really seen as a hub city. It's a center for the arts, for healthcare, and for other kinds of businesses and industry. I think that immigrants find New Brunswick to be a welcoming place. I think it has a history of welcoming different immigrant communities and a lot of services and activities going on in the city. When I began interacting with the New Brunswick community, and for me it was through the schools often, there was a large Puerto Rican and Dominican population. We saw changes with members of the Mexican community living here, and now we see groups coming from Central America as well. So it's been really fascinating to watch how the local community is impacted by global movements, and there always are changes, so we're always working hard to get to know the community.